Welcome to my Get Ready With Me. I am going to start by putting a little bit of moisture on my face because my face tends to get dry. It is the summertime. Then we're going to use the Beauty Blender and Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is actually the Dewy and Smooth finish in shade 120 Classic Ivory. And I just put this all over my face with my fingers first, and then I go in with the Beauty Blender to blend it out. I used to use the Beauty Blender to disperse the foundation, but I feel like it was eating up the foundation even though it's not supposed to. I don't know. Maybe it was in my mind. I'm making sure to get my hairline, my ears, and my neck. And now we have a nice smooth canvas. We're going to canvas. So now I'm using the Fit Me concealer, also Maybelline. And instead of doing an exact triangle, I kind of just fan out from under my eye. And I make sure to just dot up towards the eyebrow just to give my face a little bit of a lift. I have a round face, so anything to kind of help shape it is really nice. I do that under both eyes, in the middle of the forehead and down the nose. I'm going to hit my Cupid's bow. And then just right on my chin where I know the light would hit me if I were being constantly lit like a magazine shoot, because that's what we're going for, right? So I do a little dance, and then I take my Beauty Blender and start blending that out. And I like this particular combo of foundation and concealer because I feel like the concealer isn't so light that it's competing with my foundation. They're very similar, so it just brightens ever so slightly, and it doesn't make it look like I have two different shades on, which I guess if you're trying to be Kim Kardashian, maybe that is okay, but I am not. I concealed a little bit on my lips, nothing crazy, just so that the canvas is kind of bare for when I put lip product on later. And just blending. There, I think I'm happy with it. You can tell by my eye spazzing out. Okay, we're going to use Rimmel's Stay Matte powder to set everything. And I actually just put the powder lightly on my Beauty Blender. I used to put a lot on my Beauty Blender and it would get kind of cakey. So I go really, really light and I just kind of build up to the coverage that I want. I just want to make sure that the concealer I just put on isn't creasing. And so I just go over everywhere that I just put my concealer. Under the eye, forehead, nose. I don't know about you guys. My oiliest areas are just mainly around my nose, maybe up the center of my forehead a little bit. But it's really just that center line. On my cheeks, I actually get dry. So you win some, you lose some. We're also using Rimmel's natural bronzer, which is like sunshine, which is why I did that, and an Eco Tools brush. And I blow quite a bit of this product off, and I just try to go really, really light at first, especially because you can go crazy with bronzer, and then it doesn't look natural anymore. I've made those mistakes many times, and I'm being really dramatic about putting my bronzer on. But that's the fun of makeup. We just can be divas. So I'm just going to go wherever the sun might have hit my skin and made it a little darker, kind of the tops of my cheeks. And you'll see, again, I'm going kind of high on the cheek, trying to give my face some lift. It's looking fabulous. What do you think? This is Wet n Wild's Pearlescent Pink Blush, and it is my favorite. It is very much like Milani Luminoso or NARS Orgasm Blush. It's pink with some like golden kind of shimmer to it, but it's not chunky glitter or anything. It's just really, really, I don't know, like luminous and beautiful. And again, I'm going kind of high up onto the top of my cheekbones with this. It's so beautiful. This is a Real Techniques foundation brush, but I'm using this, and I'm also using Wet n Wild's Walking on Eggshells palette, and I'm using that lightest shade as a highlight. I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to highlight, and so this is really kind of subtle. This isn't crazy. You can kind of see that it's not crazy in terms of highlighting. I'm not strobing yet or anything like that, but it's just enough that I feel brave enough to wear it. And I just hit the high points above my eyebrows, Cupid's bow, the little point of my nose, because we all want little cute button noses. Also cute and little is this Kabuki brush from Eco Tools, and I'm going in with Wet n Wild's contouring palette and just using that darker shade to contour. I love this shade. I really don't use the lighter shade in this palette, but I love the contour. It's got kind of a gray neutral tone, and it looks like a real shadow. It doesn't look like bronzer. It doesn't look shimmery. It's completely matte. It's kind of got that gray tone to it. I just really, really like it. So I'm going to hit where I would contour naturally on my cheeks. I'm also going to go underneath to try and contour my double chin away. It kind of works. I like it. Blend it out. I love this little Kabuki brush because it really does help me blend. I'm also going to just kind of hit where I was with my bronzer up top and make sure that, that's looking nice and chiseled and contoured out. Again, round face. I'm just trying to give myself some shape. So I'm using this e.l.f. smudge pot and my fingers as a base on my eyes. I really like this smudge pot, actually. This is Cruisin' Chic is the shade, and it's really kind of metallic and taupe. So by itself, it's really pretty. If you build that up, it actually gets really, really, really dark and beautiful. But as a base, it's really nice too. It doesn't crease at all, and it is a really nice texture. Going in with my Naked 3 and Nooner, which is like the ultimate crease shade, and just working that into my crease. Your crease is where your bone kind of ends and your eyelid begins. And I kind of actually go a little bit above that because my eyes are partially hooded, which means my eyelids don't completely show when we're looking at me. I'm also using some of this NYX Love in Paris palette. And I'm just working this burgundy color into kind of the outer 2/3, maybe just 1/3 of my eye, and in the same spot where I was contouring. And you can see I'm just going little by little by little. I'm just trying to build it up to where I want it, but I don't want to go in with a ton right at the beginning. I want to let it blend. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn as I've learned to do my eyeshadows, just to be patient and go into, the color several times and let it build up slowly. But it looks awesome when you do that. And I love this beautiful, deep kind of burgundy color. Just mixing it slightly with some of that peach tone just so it's not as dark. And it's looking pretty nice. I like it. I'm also going to go in with a Q-tip and just kind of buff out any rough edges. I saw Lisa Eldridge do this one time, and I just thought, duh, like that's amazing, because I don't know about you guys, but eyeshadow can be intimidating, and all that blending and all that, smoky eyes and whatnot. Anyway, this is the lightest shade from that same NYX palette, and I'm just going under my eyebrows and just kind of trying to give myself a little bit of highlight there, kind of blending it down into what is on my crease, and then going into my inner corner. There are actually a lot of really pretty shades in this palette, so if you guys want a review on it, it's a little bit older, but it's beautiful. Then I'm taking the peachy shade with just whatever is left on the brush and kind of smoking out under my eye. This is also something that's been scary to me for a long time, but I've been trying to get more brave about doing it, and I think it's working out. I take my big fluffy brush and I kind of just brush away any excess fallout or powder. And then we're going to use some eyeliner. This is Jordana's 12-hour eyeliner. I love this. It is my favorite. Don't we all make funny faces when we're putting on eyeliner? And I can't have my eye near the eyeliner. It rolls away from it. Trying not to tear up. Woo! This is also a Jordana product that I am trying out right now. It is their eyebrow pencil, and it has a little brush, which I love. So I'm brushing out my eyebrows, and then I'm just going to go in with the pencil and kind of just fill them in. I feel like when it comes to eyebrows, practice makes perfect. I'm definitely not there yet. This is a lighter shade than my natural eyebrow hairs, again, because I'm a little bit chicken to use something super dark. But that's okay. It actually turns out really nice, And now that I have highlights in my hair, it kind of makes sense to have just a little bit of lightness to my brows. One more spot. When I went to go show you guys this next product, it broke. Boom. Look at my hilarious faces. I was really sad, but it actually just popped right back in. But you can see, and at the moment, it was a crisis. But this is an e.l.f. product. It is their lash and brow gel, and it's only $1. Only $1. And you can see mine is kind of dingy because I always use it after I've used a pencil or powder. But I will just brush out my hairs in their natural like growth pattern. And then when they're all brushed out and looking fabulous, I just take the end and I kind of just lay them down in the shape that I want, like that. I'm going to do that on the other side. I try not to press the wand all the way down to the skin. I don't want to be moving the color that I just put there. So I try to just kind of grab the hairs and nothing else. And just boom, shaping it. Now we're going to do lips. This is the LA Colors lipstick in bright pink. I found this at the Dollar Tree. And I have a Dollar Tree kind of haul / review that should be up on my channel. But this is probably my favorite shade out of the ones that I got. It is really stinking pigmented. And what I do is I put a lot on. You can see I kind of started the Cupid's bow. It has a nice pointed end. And I put a lot on my lips, probably like 2 or 3 times, over my lips after I outline them. And then I'll take a tissue and I'll blot it. And I kind of talked about it in my review. I really like how well this does when you kind of mattify it. It's fairly shiny putting it on. You can see it has shine to it. It's not matte coming out of the bullet. But when you mattify it, it actually stays on for a long time. I wore it for like 7 or 8 hours the other day without any touch-ups. And I was really impressed, especially because I paid $1 for this lipstick. I don't know what face that was. Here I am blotting. And then I forgot to like show you after I was done blotting what it looked like. So I just inserted a picture here. And then I had to run and get my mascara, and I didn't like transition at all. I just started putting my mascara on. But this is the CoverGirl Super Sizer Mascara. It's kind of, I feel like, a hot item right now. A lot of people are really loving it. The formula is kind of thick, if that's maybe the right word for it. And the wand is really interesting. It only has bristles on like 2 opposing sides, so you kind of almost have like a flat section. It can get kind of spidery, but the bristles that are on there are kind of like a comb. And so you can kind of get a lot of product on and then comb through it before it dries. And I feel like that makes the lashes look very nice and very separated and long, and definitely a ton of volume, because like I said, I feel like the formula has kind of got like thickness to it. It's almost, I wouldn't say it's moussey, but it's just like a thicker mascara formula. So now I'm just going to speed through and do my other eye. I did a little bit on the lower lashes. Again, you guys, lower lashes, they kind of freak me out. And I think they can look weird if you don't do them normally. My lashes are naturally dark too, so it's not like you don't know I have lower lashes, right? I don't know. Put another coat on. And then my camera died, and this is what my final look was. And I just inserted the only picture of the final look, and then later on, after I had done my hair and put my clothes on, I inserted this picture. I hope you guys enjoyed.